It's live on KEXP. I'm your host, DJ Kevin Cole from listener-powered, independent 90.3 FM KEXP, broadcasting live in Seattle and streaming 24/7 at kexp.org and via our free mobile apps. KEXP is a nonprofit arts organization, and these live performances are made possible by donations from people just like you. And joining me today, all the way from Iceland, it's Daníel Hjálmtýsson. Welcome to KEXP.
Thanks, brother.
It's great having you here.
It's great to be here.
How about a couple songs, and then we'll talk about Labyrinthia, the new album, all sorts of things.
Thank you.
Nice.
Waited on the days that I might be find myself some love, but this mirror tells the tale. I'm sleeping wide awake. Shattered, do not break. To live, yet never fly. Breathing in, not knowing why. Fly me to the bird, with all the twists and turns. For this dreamer is no longer a child. I've lost my friend overnight. I'm all alone at last, some might say. Well, here I go again, I'm on my way. I I'll never see another. I'll never see another. I'll never see another day. There's no reception, no silence, no redemption in the rain. Guess I crawl into her arms again. I've lit every candle on the windowsill, guiding the angels through the time to kill. No one has answered, baby, no one will. This is what it sounds like when demons will. I'll never see another. I'll never see another. I'll never see another day. Breaking my heart. I'll never see another. I'll never see another. I'll never see another day.
Daníel Hjálmtýsson live on KEXP.
dark screen, it's black, brings it all back to me. What if I wanna fly too close to the sun? What if I wanna break promises? What if I don't love anyone? All alone, circling, coloring the cloud, dancing all alone. What if I wanna break promises? What if I wanna run? What if I don't love anyone? Standing all alone, circling, coloring a cloud, dancing all silence the waste. Time to turn and face this alone. Born without the pride, the past behind. It's a dream situation. Never mind. Stepping stones of time, fortune's fate. What do I really? If I try to speak, it's wrong. the silence. What do you really mean to me? Fire like the trees. Rest the chemistry. It's in the way. It's in the way we have to feel what's underneath. Burning the sky. Beneath the sadness. What do I really do? If I try and speak soul and silence, what do you really advises loneliness, chasing after an emptiness, to saturate yourself in darkness. Darkness, darkness, darkness. Easier to sleep, easier to hide.
Daníel Hjálmtýsson live on KEXP. Tracks from the debut album came out about a year ago, Labyrinthia.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Little puddles on the mend to understanding. All those little struggles in these waves of growing up. You see, back when I was little, I could laugh until I dropped. Somewhere in the middle, go back to bed. Haunted are we dreamers in these arms of empty promises. Voted to believers, as they howl and as they cry. they feast beneath your light. It's a paranoid paradise, living in a dream, where good turns to bad dies in the midst of all the screams. So sing me back to bed again and take me in your arms. I wonder if I grow to learn to love them as they howl and as they cry, as they stare at me in the night, as they crowd and creep beside. As they feast beneath your light. Saturday slips in the lonely. Vanity covers the sky. If timelessness feels so holy and wide, doesn't this pass me by? As they feast beneath your eyes.
Fantastic. It's Icelandic rock, post-punk, neo-goth band Daníel Hjálmtýsson. Daniel, would you introduce the band?
Yes, to my left, first left is Dagur Atlason on drums. And on my far left is my right-hand man and all of this, Hálfdán Árnason on bass and keys.
Thank you all for being here today. Appreciate it. We just heard 4 songs from the debut album, Labyrinthia, that came out last November 2022. Back to Bed, Tabula Rasa, Coloring a Cloud, No Reception, and started off the set with an earlier single, Birds, from 2020. And man, all of your music has such a beautiful atmospheric sound to it. There's this vast introspective feel, this expansiveness, yet kind of a emptiness, void quality. To what extent is your natural environment an inspiration to your music, or do you think in music in general?
So, it's a good question, Kevin. I guess it's just a diary, you know, that I try to create music to, you know. It's a bunch of feelings, not all bad, you know. But it's a way to work out a few things, because you don't always have a yoga mat around, you know. I mean, growing up in Iceland, we have a lot of vastness. So there's a lot of, well, I like to go, out just into the field and meditate a little bit,
Walking meditation through the lava fields.
Kind of, yeah. And also just, it's a form of just expression, and it's kind of like a good drug in a way, a very nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump to that. I've read you talk about inspirations being relationships, one of which is your relationship with yourself and your life, and also sobriety, and sobriety being kind of a tool, I guess, for you, maybe the yoga mat for you in terms of addressing some of the things that you hear about in your music, some, facing demons and fears. So, and I also read you talk about, you said you wouldn't be able to make music that you think is good without being sober. And I've heard other musicians say that as well, which kind of challenges sort of the rock and roll kind of lifestyle ideas. So tell me a little bit more about that and the role of sobriety in your writing.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a lot when I was drinking, but looking back on it and reading back, a lot of it was just very, very bad, because stepping out of that circumstance and looking at it from a different perspective, that's when you create the good stuff, because you do it from an honest place. I don't know, man, it's, we all have that, bohem era in our life, the broken poet and all that stuff. And I was one of those guys, I guess. And being sober has sort of helped me just deal with all of these things without a crutch. You know what I'm saying? It's an honest way to deal with your life.
Yeah, it can be harder, but it's
harder, definitely. And a lot of this album that we made last year is about getting sober. A lot of it is. But a lot of it's not. A lot of it's about youth, past experiences. But I really feel that I wouldn't be here if I wasn't sober, So it's a good thing for every artist to think about, exploring your art from an honest perspective and not from some gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about growing up. Did you grow up in Reykjavik or out in the country?
I was born in 101 Reykjavik, but then we moved to a place called Breiðholt in Iceland. And I grew up there until I was about 15 or so.
What was the role of music in your life in childhood?
I started playing clarinet when I was 6. Before that, I was in I was this kind of Mickey Mouse club in Iceland. When I was 5, jumping on stage in a leather jacket, doing some songs. Rocklingarnir, yeah, exactly. But it was like a preschool to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but then I sort of got just introduced to a lot of things, but I started off singing a lot,
Well, at what point did it go into more of a calling for you?
It always was, yeah. I mean, I was playing everything in the house from 2. I don't know why, but I was singing harmony when I was 3,
Yeah.
My sister was telling me about it the other day, that I used to sing harmony to the radio. So I didn't sing, the correct melodies. I was singing harmony.
Wow.
So I don't know. It's always been like something. It's always been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is your first visit to Seattle.
Yeah.
And knowing you,
yeah,
I know that Seattle has been a long source of inspiration.
It has, yeah.
For you. So tell me about your love affair with Seattle. How did that happen? You're growing up in Iceland.
Growing up in Iceland is like we connected a lot to what was going on, I think, with the rain and, clouds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was similar to what we were experiencing, you know, in the seasons. There's a lot of darkness.
But a lot of this, a lot of your interest had to have been pre-internet, right?
Yeah.
So how did you
there was just
connect?
Like an older brother that had this, or that dude's uncle, you know, went to the States and he got, you know, the Soundgarden show, you know, from the Paramount or something, and like, wow, you know. And we just started getting introduced to a lot of things. And I was 8 when Kurt died.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just getting involved into garage bands back then, and we started playing, you know, Nirvana songs.
Wow.
When we started, that was like, I guess everybody in Iceland learns Nirvana songs as their first guitar song.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Smells like Teen Spirit. Yeah, Come As You Are, Smells like Teen Spirit. And that sort of propelled into, like, you know, Screaming Trees, Mark Lanegan, of course, Alice in Chains, you know.
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden, everything Seattle-wise, and it just became kind of like a wonderland.
Wow.
Because we liked the clothes, we liked the attitude, we liked the darkness about it. You know, there was this heaviness to it. So, I don't know, it's like a sister city thing.
It is, it's literally a sister city.
Exactly. And that's the reason, you know.
Oh, totally, yeah. We're both on kind of Smoky Harbor, whatever.
Exactly.
Mark Lanegan said of your music, I got to read this quote because it's so good. He said, Daniel plays frosty neo-Gothic music that brings to mind the gloomy landscape of his native Iceland. You can imagine him on the stage of a church turned into a dungeon somewhere in the underbelly of Reykjavik.
Yeah.
That's really spot on.
Yeah, I mean, Mark and I met 10 years ago when I promoted a couple of shows in a church in Reykjavik, but not in an underbelly, you know?
Yeah. He didn't turn it into a dungeon?
No, not really, but we probably would have, you know. He was always on his way back, but, you know, we miss him a lot. He was a great friend to us, and he got to hear an EP we did in 2020, and that's what he thought about the music, and he was always very supportive, and I'm sure that if he hadn't been this supportive, that we would not be here today. I guess, you know, that's sort of like a very big connection to him coming here, and yeah, it's I think the quote and also like what you said about it. I mean, you got it.
Yeah. The album, Labyrinthia, is dedicated in loving memory of Mark Lanegan, and we love that. Daníel Hjálmtýsson, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
Yes, Daniel, Hálfdán, Dagur, really appreciate you all being here. And huge thanks to the KEXP crew. And thanks to everybody listening and watching right now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already a subscriber. We'll send you notifications whenever we launch videos, which is multiple times a week. And these live sessions are made possible by donations from listeners just like you. So huge thanks to everybody who donates to KEXP. I'm Kevin Cole. Thanks for listening and watching.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.